Philip was involved in a crash which rode off a Mercedes and injured another motorist 23 years ago, just 30 miles from his latest accident, MailOnline can review. The collision, which took place on a cold January morning in 1996, has echoes of today's events in which the prince was involved in a collision near his Sandringham estate. Patrick Daynes, then 48, had been driving through Brandon, Suffolk when, after stopping at a pedestrian crossing, he experienced the Duke's Range Rover smash into the back of his Mercedes. The force of the collision left him requiring hospital treatment and needing to wear a neck brace while he recovered from his injuries. Tonight, Mr. Daynes, 71, described the shock incident to MailOnline, saying, "The Prince's Range Rover came into the back of my Mercedes while I was waiting at a pedestrian crossing. The accident caused considerable damage. I never saw my Mercedes again afterwards." Share this article. Share. Today, 2 people required hospital treatment after their vehicle was involved in a collision with Prince Philip's Land Rover near the Sandringham estate at Babingley, Norfolk. This is just 30 miles from Brandon, Suffolk, where, on January 31, 1996, Mr. Daynes' Mercedes 190 was hit from behind on a cold January morning. At the time, Mr. Daynes, who is married with 3 teenage daughters, said he missed a number of days of work because of whiplash injuries. It was about 8:45 a.m., and I was on my way to a couple of appointments in London. It's a route I know well, and I haven't been involved in any similar accidents, Mr. Daynes reported in 1996. I noticed that I was being followed by a rather smart Range Rover, but at the time, had no idea that Prince Philip was driving. I stopped at a pedestrian crossing to let a lady cross the road, and suddenly there was an almighty bang. My car jolted forward, and I knew immediately that it had been seriously damaged. It all happened in a split second, and then the detective walked over to me and spoke to me through my open window. It was then that I noticed through my rear-view mirror that it was the Duke of Edinburgh who had been driving. It was quite a surprise. Mr. Daynes told how the Duke remained impassive in the Range Rover. While the policeman was talking to me, the Duke didn't move a muscle. He just sat in his seat staring ahead. And noted at the time how the smash was a chance in a billion, saying, "Why did it have to happen to me?" This evening the Queen is by the Duke of Edinburgh's side following his latest crash, which happened just after 3 p.m. when he pulled out of a driveway onto the A149 in Babingley, Norfolk. At least 5 police cars and 2 ambulances rushed to the scene, where 2 women inside the Kia were treated for minor injuries and cuts. Both were taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in King's Lynn and later discharged. Commenting on the Land Rover crash today, Mr. Daynes added, "I wish him well and hope he's all right following his latest accident."